Sunday morning now, and I arrived on last Thursday, and I think I'm acclimated now a bit, and let me share some experiences from the last days. Well, the trip on Thursday already started a bit with a little hiccup, and let's have a look on some footage from the day of the departure. It's shortly after 7 in the morning, day of departure, and my taxi driver just wrote me that he has no car for me today, so I need to get to the airport with another taxi. And well, I'm about to depart in a minute and should land in New York JFK in about 14-15 hours. I could not check in online, so I had to do that on the airport. And even on the airport in Vienna, I could not get the boarding pass for my second flight from Warsaw to JFK. And the reason was that I'm flying back with a different airline on a different booking. That prevented the airline from issuing the second boarding pass because they needed to know how I get back. And I got that sorted at the transfer desk in Warsaw Airport later. So I had a stopover in Warsaw, and I got some lounge time as well on the airport there. With a view on the actual plane, I departed later then. On the flight itself, it was a 9-hour flight, and read some newspapers, listened to some podcasts, so it was okay. But in the end, these flights always get a bit bored after a couple hours. When I selected the accommodation, I thought, let's do something outside of Manhattan. I've been to Manhattan before, but it's super expensive. So having found something in Queens, I thought that's a good way to experience some locals experience, and it's much cheaper as well. So checking into my accommodation, I figured out that it was or is somewhat special. So I got handed over some slippers, which is a good thing and what I like, but I think for Americans that would be really odd. So I arrived here a couple of minutes ago. It's 6 in the afternoon, and it is around midnight in Vienna. So it was almost a 17-hour trip. And I've booked an accommodation in Little Neck, which is a part of Queens, so New York suburbs. And when I arrived with the lift, I saw this right at the beginning, that this is for sale, which was the next shock on today's trip, because I thought that's not operating anymore, but this is still a hotel, so all fine. So just to try to survive a couple more hours to not materialize a bad jet lag. I was curious now and asked the owner how much it would be, and they told me that's $1,780,000. So if you're liquid enough, then give it a shot. Even though I haven't booked any breakfast, and I think it wasn't even available on Booking.com, but they offered that I can get a coffee anytime, and well, that's what I did, and some toast. So little breakfast is included here as well, which is really nice with super charming host here. I can give you a tour through the house. Have a look. So the next day I got to the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Garden City, Long Island, and I got some live footage here as well, how I got there.
Lake Terminal, Brooklyn, track 11.
I finally made it to the Cradle of Aviation Museum, where the Pan Am exhibition is inside. It would have been a 20 to 30 minute car drive with an Uber or a Lyft, but I thought, challenge accepted, and let's try to get there by public transport. So it took me now 2 hours and 3 different trains to get to Carl Place, which is the closest station to here, and another 45-ish minutes of walk. And knowing that walking here is not so easy, suddenly ending sidewalks, I was expecting that, but I think the highlight was one cross section with a 6 or 7 lane road. There was a light for pedestrians as well, but it never turned green or white in that case here. So I was looking for a button, and there was a button, but that button was on the other side. After that I went to Manhattan, had a little stop over at the Jamaica station to have a look here on some street scenes just from the station here. And finally I got into Grand Central Station, which looks like recently renovated, a really nice station there. What I did as well is I met a friend of a friend, and we met at the Museum of Modern Art, which was a really nice time there as well. Really nice exhibition, and it's huge, so it's impossible to ingest the whole, so ingest everything what they offer, because that's 6 floors, massive exhibition halls. So we just made 2-3 floors, and well, that's typically some 2 hours or so. That's when I'm overwhelmed and I cannot get more. So today I will depart for Washington DC, and I'll take a Greyhound. So I have done the narration piece this morning, apparently before the caffeine kicked in, and I'm doing the editing as I'm on the bus to Washington here. And yeah, thanks for watching, and please let me know in the comments below if you like it, if it's too long, if it's too boring, whatever. Thank you for watching.